Welcome back to another video. Welcome to Text Cars and More. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some things that are going on and enjoy this little ride here in this beautiful fall morning. But welcome. I don't remember in the first video if I talked about some of the things that I've done to the car over the last, I'll say, year. But there was one modification. Well, let me change that. It wasn't a modification. There was one thing that I did just recently, about maybe almost a month ago. And I'm going to take you back a couple months to talk to you and tell you why I did it. So a few months ago, I was driving, just daily driving this car. And I started hearing like a banging noise when I would hit like the smallest bumps, like it could be just cracks on the road, on the highway or whatever. And it started getting worse, and I started to worry about what it was, obviously. So the first opportunity I got to lift the car up, I went underneath the car, started shaking things around. I pulled my wheels off, shook to see if it was possibly the wheel bearings. It wasn't. I went, checked my exhaust, because I did all the modifications to that, make sure everything was tight there. It was. And I was shaking everywhere, and didn't find anything. So I'm driving some more, and it seems to be getting worse. So, I got the car back up again and started checking under the car and everything to see, if I can find it. Maybe the wheel bearing got worse or whatever. Nothing. But I did find that the sway bar end links were loose. They were bolted tight, but they were bad. So they were replicating the banging noise when I would shake them up and down. There's a lot of leeway in those things, right? So there it is. Found out what the noise was. So I was looking online, looked at CJ's, I looked at American Muscle, and eBay and Amazon. And I found some on Amazon, the replacements. They were OEM replacements. I'll put them in the screenshot of the actual item in my video, and they look just like the ones that were on the car. Also, they look like the ones that were being sold at American Muscle and CJ's. So I ordered them. They were almost half the price. That should have been a sign, right? So I ordered them, put them on the car. It was an easy install. The ones that were on there were a little stubborn to get off. They were probably original ones that came with the car, which means these things lasted like 8 years, because this is a 2015 and we're now in 2023. So I put these on. I'm thinking, oh man, yeah, good. I'm gonna get some years out of these, right? If not 8 years, I'm gonna just get a couple years on these things. And one of the things I plan on doing is lowering this car anyway. So I would have to get the adjustables to do it properly, and so I can do those later. Well, not even a month later, I'm driving the other day, and I turned a corner, and I heard the noise, and I was like, ooh. And I thought, maybe that was something else. Maybe that was an exhaust pop or something, right? So as I'm driving, I start hearing it more and more, to the point where now it actually sounds worse than what it did before I replaced these things with the old ones. Lesson: do not buy the sway bar end links from Amazon. Do not. They're junk. I wish I would have listened to myself. Something said, spend the extra money, get the adjustables from CJ's. Don't mess with these, right? And I was like, I can get the adjustables, I thought, and And when I'm ready to lower the vehicle, I don't need to buy them later. But I said, you know what? Let me save the money and get these. Wrong choice. Do not buy the Amazon sway bar in links. I'm going to show you them in the video. Now, I can't say all of theirs are bad. Just these are bad. They might have some name brands. I don't know. I didn't see them, or maybe I did and ignored them because I saw these. But do not buy those. They are junk. So right now I got one thing that came out of this as well that was actually good. I had the original lug nuts from Ford on this car, and those of you probably are aware that those are like plating. So they have like this aluminum or chrome plating over top of the actual lug nut underneath of it, and over time those things strip. They should tell you do not use impact on those, because I think that's what stripped most of mine. But I'd say, out of the 20 that I had on mine, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 of them were stripped. And it got to the point where there were situations where I had to pull my tire off. I couldn't even pull my tire off because they were stripped. I had to get them extracted out of the holes, off the wheels. And the first time it happened, I didn't have access to the garage, so I had to do it at home. I had to literally, luckily I didn't have my good wheels on. I had my winter wheels. I had to literally chisel the coating off just to get to the lug nut underneath. And that's using like a little chisel or a pry tool and mallet just to get to it, to get them off, to get that one off, to get the wheel off. So I went in and I ordered the Gorilla lug nuts, and they are awesome. Put those on all 4 wheels with the lock lug. So now when I go to pull the wheels off, it'll be a much easier process than what I had to go through. But I will say that last time when I did the sway bar end links, because I was using a lift, I didn't have to take the wheels off, because if you use the lift, you can get right under, you can see them. But since I'll probably be doing this in my driveway, I have to take the wheels off to do it, which it should be easy. They shouldn't be as stubborn as they were when I pulled the originals off to put these on. So I'm going to go home today, place that order, probably drive over to CJ's and pick it up, and install them. So if you guys got any ideas again for Steeda springs for this car, please let me know. Like I said in the last video, I'm going to lower this car, and I'm looking at Steeda. There were a couple of people on YouTube that said they went with Steeda. One guy in particular, he bought Steeda springs. They were great, but he was looking for a different look with his car, so he switched them out to another Steeda. I will say what I'm looking for is stance with cornering performance, because I originally want to take this car. I want to do some like Tell of the Dragon, some back road driving, stuff like that. So in my previous car, my 99 GT, I had iBox springs with KYB adjustable shocks in that car, and that car handled excellent in cornering. I also had a staggered wheel setup with that one. This one I don't, not yet, but I'm possibly in the future going to do stagger. But it handled very well. But I don't want to do the iBox with this. I'm going to do Steeda. So if you got any ideas of which model I should buy for stance, more aggressive stance, and performance, let me know. Now, I will not be drag racing this car. As you know, this is a V6, especially not yet. Not until I get a pro charger put on this thing later on, but that's a year or so down the line. So I'm not even thinking about anything that are, any springs that are for drag racing. So stance and handling, that's what I'm looking for. So, but that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please help me out by hitting that notification button and subscribe, and get this video up to 1,000 likes, and I will go out as fast as possible, grab those springs before the winter and get them things installed. And I'll also do a installation video. Like I said, I'm sorry I did a lot of stuff with this car and I didn't do any installation videos, but I'm going to start doing them from now on. So some of the stuff that I did previously, they were basic mods anyway, so there was something that was not too difficult to do. But as I start to move into more difficult things, I'm going to do these installation videos. But hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, get all my notifications, and I will see you soon.